Have you ever watched an ice cream cone turn into a sticky puddle in the sun? Or seen a lake freeze over into a solid skating rink? These everyday changes are actually a microscopic drama, a fascinating dance of the grid. Imagine particles in a solid, like ice. They're locked into a neat, rigid grid, just vibrating in place. But when you add heat, you're adding energy. They start to vibrate harder and harder until they shake so violently they break the invisible bonds holding them together. The grid collapses. The particles are now free to slide past each other. That's melting. For water, this tipping point happens at a specific temperature, 0 degrees Celsius. Freezing is just the dance in reverse. As you take heat away, the sliding particles lose energy and slow down. The sticky forces of attraction between them can finally grab hold again, pulling them back into that rigid geometric grid. They lock the doors, and you have a solid. And for water, this also happens at exactly 0 degrees Celsius. But water is a bit of a rebel. Most things get smaller and denser when they freeze, not water. As it freezes, its molecules form beautiful hexagonal rings, but these rings have empty holes in the middle. This unique structure makes solid ice less dense than liquid water, and that's why ice floats. This isn't just a fun fact, it's a miracle for life. It insulates lakes, allowing fish and entire ecosystems to survive the winter. So what drives this dance? Energy transfer. If you place an ice cube on a metal tray and another on a wooden block, the one on the metal melts much faster. That's because metal transfers heat energy to the ice far more efficiently. It's all a battle between energy pushing particles apart and attraction pulling them together. From a single floating ice cube to the immense power of freezing water cracking mountains apart over millennia, it's all the same fundamental dance.